Geelong's AFL Big Three is the gift that keeps on giving for midfield coach Matthew Knights. Not only are Joel Selwood, Patrick Dangerfield and Gary Ablett a formidable combination, along with Mitch Duncan, but their influence is proving a case of the rising tide that floats all boats. Knights says younger teammates such as Tim Kelly and Brandan Parfitt are learning plenty from the star trio, who happily pass on advice. There are some real snippets of excitement in regards to the young players in our midfield, Knights said. They have fine people to learn from. Gary and Joel and Paddy are very readily available, passing on knowledge and information. As a midfield coach, what more could I ask for? Tim and Brandan are matched up against Joel in training and he's trying to beat them, but then he's telling them afterwards why it happened. Those little things, I must admit, I sit back and smile and enjoy. The Cats midfield faces another stern test on Saturday night when they take on Port Adelaide, who are smarting from their loss to Essendon. The Power started the season with 3 wins, but they were off from the start last weekend and coach Ken Hinkley bemoaned their lack of consistency. Knights notes the class of Travis Boak, Ollie Wines and Robbie Gray, says the Cats should expect Port at their best at Adelaide Oval. While Geelong would have taken note of what happened in the Essendon game, Knights points to Port's outstanding Round 2 win over Sydney at the SCG. Taking on Josh Kennedy, Dan Hanbury and Kieran Jack at home is one of the toughest midfield assignments in the AFL. We'd expect them to be very, very good, and the way they played against Sydney, that was no mean feat, Knights said of Port, when you can go up to Sydney and do that. We're expecting that type of performance from them. You also look at some of the vulnerabilities when they were not at their best, but it's a good idea to look at them when they are at their best, so your players are readying themselves for what's to come. Dangerfield suffered a knock to his calf in last week's win over St Kilda, but Knights said he will not be ready for the Power. It won't impact his game time and I don't think it will impact where he plays on the ground, either, Knights said, knowing Paddy pretty well now. Once he gets out there, he lets rip. He only plays one way and that's full steam ahead. We'd expect him to be really good tomorrow night and at the top of his game.